everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that you were safe this week. So, it's time for another Sunday musing, and I've got to admit that my brain right now is all over the place for, I hope, obvious reasons. So if today is a little disjointed, or I seem a little out of sorts, or I struggle with my words, you'll know why. I have chosen to show this side of me because I think normally when I'm on camera I'm pretty lucid. Of course, what you see on camera is normally a very heavily masked version of me, and I guess today you're seeing a little less of that. So I apologise in advance. This video is not going to be my usual high quality. Anyway, the inauguration took place this week. That was a thing. And we've seen just a real rush of executive orders and legislative efforts designed to try and undo the good stuff that the previous administration did. That's kind of how it feels. I know that not everybody feels like that, and that's okay. But we saw, in addition to a lot of the really scary stuff that is partly responsible for me having felt literally physically nauseous all week, not wanting to work out, not wanting to eat, being on edge a lot. Like every little movement, I'm hyper vigilant right now. And I'm losing my train of thought. Where was I? Right, yes. So EV tax credits are on the chopping block. I think we can all agree that that's going to happen. President Trump has decided that he's going to basically stop all wind farm development, leasing of federal land. He has signed a new... I'm sorry, I'm getting really easily distracted tonight. My dogs are over there playing and I keep seeing them in the corner of my eye. You didn't see 10. 10 took forever to film. The tax credits are going away. The wildlife reserves are going to be drilled. There's basically all the protections for natural parks even have been basically rescinded, and oil and gas can go wherever the heck they want as long as they can drill up stuff. And we're starting to see more and more signs that EV owners are going to be asked to pay up for their driving. So the nomination for the Secretary of Transport has said, or the nominee even, God, I can't even speak. The nominee for the Secretary of Transport said during his confirmation hearing that he wanted to tax EVs because they were basically freeloading. And he wants to tax EV owners for the use of their roads. And when asked how he would do that, he was like, I don't know, which is kind of typical. But I'm curious as to how you feel about that. Like, do you think you pay enough already, because most states now have an increase in registration fees. Oregon does, Washington does. You have to pay more to register your EV in the state, which makes up for the loss of the gas tax. But I think the federal government wants to start charging. The federal government can't charge for that, as far as I'm aware. That's not within their permit, their remit. So I don't know how that's going to happen. But I'm curious to know if you would support that, if that's something you'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. In Aotearoa, New Zealand, they have RUCs, road usage charges, which were brought in when they went from a very liberal government to a pretty conservative one. That got rid of all of the incentives to EVs, that basically stripped any perks for owning an EV, and consequently the EV sales figures for last year were terrible there. And they introduced this road usage charge thing, which basically means you must write down all the trips you make in your EV, and then you get a bill, and you have to pay a bill. And you have to file every month to say how far you've driven, and then you have to pay. So tell me if you would be in favour of that. Personally, I don't mind paying my way, but when larger, heavier vehicles, including gas cars, are kind of getting away with just driving wherever they want, however they want, especially when cars like getting 7, 8, 9, 10 miles to the gallon. Some of the new pickup trucks on market today maybe get 20 miles per the gallon, and I'm driving around in vehicles that do much, much more than that in terms of the equivalent miles per gallon. So the argument is that we should be paying the same amount of tax as those, I'm not going to say the word, who drive the 10, 15 mile per gallon vehicles. So tell me whether you think that's okay or not, and how you plan on dealing with that if you're suddenly asked to do it. Will that force you to not drive at all? Maybe you just start cycling everywhere. Maybe they're going to start taxing like bicycles. I don't know. But let me know in the down below what you think about that. I mean, is that something that you think would be would you be okay with, or is that something that you would not be okay with? And I will see you this time next week. Hopefully I will be in a happier mood. Stay safe.
Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, on our Patreon page, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon or Blue Sky. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are part of the massive community of fans around the world that help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. We now have new Patreon tiers that support a wide range of donation amounts, ranging from $1.50 US a month, or if you'd prefer, about $15 a year. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: Carol Bulawa, Anna Atamelodian, Scott Wilson, Obi-Wan, Merrick Hurst, Smokey Lothar, Falafel Kosa, J01, Gary, Christopher, Randall Astaro, and Dimitri. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame. And remember, you can now gift a membership to someone else. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll also find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have a good old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at. Address you'll also find below. And if you're in need of some swag, our TE swag store is also linked. So we can focus on making our content even better this year and reduce team burnout, we're switching our release days to Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday on our main channel, and if you like something a little more laid back at the weekend, over on Take 2 you'll find a release there on a Sunday. Transport Evolved is going through some pretty big changes this year though, so keep your eyes and ears peeled as we have some more exciting ways you can support us and more exciting ways to interact with us coming very soon. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we also think that this one is well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving.